Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel. But you guys should subscribe, ring that notification bell, and remember to follow me over on social media. So today I want to briefly discuss the Miraculous Ladybug villains that future Alex mentioned that Cat Noir and Ladybug would be fighting one day. And so obviously, like, Monsieur Rat is supposed to be Mr. Pigeon, who turns into Mr. Rat, but I feel like everyone else is a mystery, and so I feel like that we can sort of talk and theorize about this. It's not like the biggest revelation from that episode, but I already did a video theory on Lila being future Hawkmoth, so if you guys didn't see that, you guys should watch that before watching this one. I mean, not before, you guys can watch it after, it doesn't really matter. But that may be why you guys are like, Cal, there's much more important things in this episode to talk about. But no, I talked about those already. So I'm excited to talk about these. And that's basically everything to go over for our intro. So let's just get into it. So first they had Dr. Sadness. And so the theory that I like for this one is that Dr. Sadness could be or could have been the doctor who is supposed to be treating Emily, so Adrian's mom. And I feel like it could be possible, you know, that he feels like he failed as patient, right? And like, you know, he gets akumatized because he feels sort of that literal sadness, and he, you know, is trying to sort of, I guess, make everyone also, you know, sad as well, I guess. But I don't know if Miraculous will sort of go down, like, because this is a bit dark, but like, yeah, doctors have patients die all the time. Like, it's just part of, you know, the profession. And so even though I would like it to be related to Emily, just because it sort of makes sense in the context of like bringing in a villain that is already related to that conflict, if that makes sense, but it could be like just standing on its own, you know what I mean? And so it could just be a doctor who has lost a patient, or who has, you know, made a mistake that has seriously like hurt the patient's condition, because I don't know if Miraculous would go for death. But I think it would be a lot more interesting if, you know, this doctor tries to cure Emily and like the state that she's in, but then, you know, somehow it fails, basically. I think that that would be interesting, because obviously her sickness is caused by magic, or the Miraculous is, you know what I mean? Like the magic in the Miraculous is, it's not necessarily a human, I don't want to say it's not human, but it's definitely not a regular condition the doctors would have to treat. On the other hand, what also could be happening, and I just thought of this right now, is that Gabriel akumatizes a doctor on purpose. Because basically what they could do is, like, if you get akumatized, you don't remember anything. So he could theoretically, like, akumatize a doctor, like, basically brainwash them, bring them in to try and treat Emily, and then it doesn't work. I think that that would be really interesting if that was something that happened, and then Hawkmoth figures out that he can't use the Miraculouses that way, that doesn't exactly work. And I guess it wouldn't work because, you know, when you're akumatized, you seem to be focused on what akumatized you, if that makes sense. And so, like, just an example, but, you know, the Sandboy episode, he does that because he had a bad dream. And so even if Gabriel tries to akumatize a doctor for utility purposes and for the purpose of maybe bossing them around and they don't remember, because that's why Gabriel, I'm guessing, can't bring, you know, anyone to try to humanly treat her. It's because, like, oh, well, what's your wife doing stuck in your basement and all that. You understand what I'm saying? And so it would be interesting if you did that. Hey, if I basically brainwash this doctor, he'll forget everything and maybe it'll work. But I don't know. That's my idea for that one. I don't know if that's going to be right. The second one was the Calxiyn Invaders. And okay, you guys are going to be like, Cal, you're fucking crazy. Oh, sorry. Cal, you're very crazy. But these may be actual aliens. Okay, and I know that sounds crazy, but wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Not for actual aliens, but wouldn't it be nice that Ladybug and Cat Noir can fight something that isn't actually Hawkmoth's fault? Right? Because obviously actual criminals in the Miraculous Ladybug universe are dealt with by police, right? And so imagine if, like, aliens invade or something, and like aliens try to invade Paris and the world, like Ladybug and Cat Noir would be kind of in charge of that, because they're like, oh, well, these are regular criminals, they're not akumatized, but that would be up to Ladybug and Cat Noir. So I want real aliens to try and invade the earth, and Ladybug and Cat Noir are in charge of defeating them, okay? I know that that's crazy, but that's what I want. Oh dear. Okay. Here would be my other idea, though, is that aliens find life on Earth after coming from another planet, and they aren't mean aliens. They're very nice aliens. They just want to chill with the humans, okay? And all that, but everyone thinks that the Earth is under attack, and that's what makes them sad. So then Hawkmoth akumatizes the aliens and makes them bad. So basically, it's like the Earth's fault for assuming the worst of the aliens, because that makes the aliens upset, because the aliens are like, but we just wanted to hang out, like, we just wanted to chill here, and you're like, you know, you think that we're bad, and so then they get akumatized. So that would still make them real aliens, but also still make them akumatized aliens. You know what I mean? And so I'm just like, guys, I love that idea. Like, I want that to happen. And I know, again, I know it sounds silly, but I want, isn't it nice? Like, isn't it interesting to have, and I'm gonna go into this later, wouldn't it be nice to have a conflict in the show that's not related to Hawkmoth? Because I remember this, like, from a fan comic, and I guess I'll get to this again later, but it was this thing where sort of, you know, Adrian was just like, Cat Noir was like, there's another way, like, we don't have to, I don't need you, Ladybug, I can cataclysm them and they'll die, and Ladybug's like, but that's murder, nobody asked to be akumatized. So what happens when there's someone who is just evil, right? And I'll get to that again later. Pains and Tears, the twin queens of the inner dimension. So a lot of people think that these are going to be Alia's siblings when they're older. If you look at Alia and look at the twins, I can see that. Alia's hair is a bit shorter, but obviously if you've been akumatized, you get all the crazy, the looks, if that makes sense, right? And so I feel like, you know, that could totally be them. They look very similar to Alia in my opinion. But like I talked about in the Lila video, which is why I guess you kind of should have watched the Lila video first. Like, you know, they would have to have a 10-year sort of time skip for the twins to look that old. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. Similar to the alien one though, I feel like it would be cool if these are actual queens from another inner dimension and they're not actually, you know, they're not actually akumatized people. But here's my idea if these are akumatized, because I had a hard time trying to think of like what this could be, right? Like with the siren, she's a swimmer, right? And so that's sort of how it's related, right? But I wonder if it could be cool if these are two characters like from a video game or from an online MMO or something. That's the first thing that I think of when I see these characters. And so what if the akumatized people are like gamers and those are their like MMO characters or their virtual reality characters. It's the twin queens of the inner dimension. I think that would be cool because then it's like, okay, like that's an interesting sort of thing that we haven't seen necessarily. It's like, oh, like, you know, I don't know how they'd get akumatized, but it's like, I'm sure there are some angry gamers that Hawkmoth could akumatize somewhere. But yeah, so that's my thought for that, is that when I look at them, I'm like, those two look like they're from a video game and that somebody wanted to like literally be them. Maybe that would work. I'm not sure. But then the last one is Enoblia, and so apparently she's the evil sister of Majestia, and I had to look this up because I was confused. I was like, who is that? And so they say that she's basically a superhero from the United States, and so she seems very similar to me, like to Superman or something, and she has a superhero team, and so these are like regular people instead of miraculous holders, and like, here's what I don't understand. Somebody's gonna have to explain this to me, okay? How do superpowers work in the Miraculous Ladybug universe? Like, if you don't have a miraculous, where do your regular superpowers come from, right? And so I don't know if she's gonna be akumatized either, because if Majestia has natural powers, right, as opposed to miraculous powers, if Majestia has natural powers, Enoblia, if they're related, could also have natural powers and just be evil, right? And so I think that would be interesting. And like, I guess this is what I explained earlier. I'm sort of obsessed with having the idea of a non-akumatized person to fight, other than obviously Hawkmoth and Natalie aren't akumatized when they fight them. But, like, wouldn't it be morally interesting to see what Cat Noir and Ladybug decide? Because, again, there was that comic where Cat Noir was, like, murdering people with cataclysm, and, like, Ladybug's just like, they are innocent people, they didn't ask to be akumatized. But what do you do when someone's not akumatized? Like, what if it's someone who's actually bad? Like, choosing to be bad, as opposed to the Akuma forcing you to be bad, right? Like, if there were really aliens, or if Enoblia isn't akumatized but just has powers like Majestia, what do you do in that situation? Because you can't just unakumatize them and like go on and live your life. It's like those people are evil, so what do you do? And that's sort of my question, and I want to see that explored in the show, just because I think it would be interesting. I don't know if it would be good for a kid's show. I don't want to belittle the kids though, okay? Kids are pretty smart. Kids are pretty understanding, and I would say like we were all pretty smart kids when we were kids, and so I feel like they'd get it. I feel like the aliens thing could be some sort of metaphor for like, I don't know, people you just don't know yet sort of thing, right? I don't know, something like that. Like how kids shows try to like, I don't know, use like aliens and stuff and like other sort of fictional, how am I supposed to say this? Like mythical characters, like as like lessons, like, you know, Bigfoot and like the Loch Ness Monster, and they just use those characters as inserts for like lessons towards like real people, you know what I mean? And so that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, remember that you guys should subscribe, ring the notification bell, and remember that if you guys are interested in Patreon, there will be more information in the outro. So I will see you guys later. Bye. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I'm just going to take a moment here to thank our patrons over on Patreon and our Discord server moderators who are a part of our community. CalPals at the $2 tier get exclusive access to our CalPals community Discord server, exclusive access to our video scripts, exclusive access to schedules, updates, polls, the live podcast, and the chat to ask questions for our monthly Q&A. They also get the name feature at the end of every video. There's also a special reward. At the beginning of every month, CalPals will be able to vote for me to watch the first episode of whatever anime or cartoon that they want. This encourages us to watch some cool new anime that you guys may want us to see, or maybe you just want us to watch like the first episode of some crazy like quirky anime where we never like react to the entire series, but you guys are just like, wow, this is like so weird and so crazy, I just want to see them react to the first episode. The Calterpillars at the $5 tier have access to all previous rewards, and they also have access to our videos a week in advance, early access, so that's a week early before they are released onto YouTube. And there's also a special reward. Patrons at this tier will get access to an exclusive reaction series that'll be posted for patrons and patrons only. It will not be public to YouTube until after it's finished and another Patreon exclusive series has started. So basically, the patrons get their own anime reaction series of whatever anime that they vote for, and it's just for them. It won't be on YouTube, so it's totally for patrons and to the benefit of all of the wonderful patrons who support us at this tier. The Cal Peons have access to all previous rewards, exclusive access to our videos as soon as they're ready, and so in the past this has been, say, 14 days, so 2 weeks in advance, sometimes 30 days in advance, so like a month early, sometimes they've been 60 days in advance, so imagine getting to watch the videos on our channel basically 2 months before anyone else, because it does happen depending on how much Hunter and I pre-record in advance. They also have the ability to invite one of their friends into the Discord server without them needing to pledge on Patreon, so if you have a friend that loves the cartoons that we react to, or the anime we react to, or, the video games, cartoons, and anime we do discussion videos on, you can bring them as a part of our community without them having to need to pledge. But they also get a special reward, and this is 3 video tickets. So these can be used to request videos. 1 ticket equals 10 minutes, so if you guys have seen, we've done a lot of shipping video requests, we've done a lot of reaction requests that say pay Patreon video in the brackets, and so those are videos that patrons have used their tickets on to get us to do for them. The Calzones have access to the Calzone, which is a special reward for this tier that I'll explain in a moment, but they get access to all previous rewards. They get 6 video tickets, which would be long enough for, say, 2 anime episode reactions, or 6 10-minute videos, so 6 shipping videos, for example, 6 discussion videos if they're all 10 minutes long, and they also have the ability to invite 2 of their friends into the Discord server without them needing to pledge on Patreon. And they will also get access to the VIP chat since they are a VIP, and so that is where the Calzone comes in. The Calzone is our VIP text chat on Discord. We also do a monthly VIP-only voice call. Let's just take a small break here to thank the moderators on my Discord server. So they obviously help out a lot with moderating and setting up events for the community and just being, you know, generally good parts of the community to have around. So I just wanted to include this little bit in between all the patrons to just sort of thank them for their work, thank them for helping out in my community, and all of that sort of stuff. The Calxiyn have access to all previous rewards, 15 video tickets, the ability to add me as a friend on Discord so I can go ahead and make a private group chat with them so they have direct private access to us, the ability to invite 3 of their friends onto the Discord server without them needing to pledge on Patreon. Those friends will also get access to the VIP chat as well. And their special reward is auto-hosting their live streams on my Twitch and being able to promote their videos in the Discord server. The Catastrophes have access to all previous rewards, 30 video tickets, access to my private Instagram, Snapchat, and a private group with just Hunter and I. They have the ability to invite 5 of their friends into the Discord server without them needing to pledge over on Patreon, and those friends will also get access to the VIP chat since at the $100 tier you are of course a VIP. For the special reward, we would make videos and collaborate together, so we could write the script together, record the lines together, edit and post the video on my channel. They would be sort of credited and all of their links would be posted in the description and all of that normal stuff that you would expect from a collaboration like this. But obviously it is a very special project because it would be, you know, from a patron, it would be sort of a community project, and that's why it's one of my favorite special rewards. So again, one big thank you to all the patrons over on Patreon who help keep the channel alive. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.